Good morning, Facebook family and friends. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, everyone. Hope everyone's well. Welcome to Wisdom Walk number 86. I wish I. 3 very important, powerful, impactful words. I wish I. Ooh. That's going to have some of you feeling a certain way today. It is freezing cold here in Southern California. It just rained last night. So my trail here is a little bit wet and there's clouds and my hands are frozen and I'm sure my nose is going to start running here in a minute. So you'll see me get off camera for a minute to wipe my nose. Anyway, it is what it is. So today's wisdom walk. I wish I. Again, 3 powerful words. The interesting part about those words, they bring up one other word that is not a good word. And the 4th word that comes from those first 3 words is regret. And regret is pretty bad. So when you think about I wish I, which I had several in our meetup on Saturday. We have a meetup every Saturday where the team just meets up. And anyone that's following me, we just talk. Usually I do about 15 minutes worth of talking. And then I listen for about 20 to 30 to 40 minutes. The last few weeks have done the majority of the talking because we've had to make some adjustments. But we'll be back to the 15-minute talk and then I listen next Saturday. So I listened to a few people talk yesterday, which inspired this wisdom walk. So I wish I, which leads to regret. And one of the things that you could wish I is there are millions of people right now today, right now, as we speak, this second, are in the hospital because last night they had a stroke or they had a heart attack or they didn't feel well. Maybe in the last 72 hours that happened to them and the doctor's given them some bad news or the doctors run some tests and say, yes, you had a stroke. Yes, you had a heart attack. And you're going to have to make some changes or you're going to die. And we know death is final. That's it. There's no do-overs. You're done. So now the doctor has this conversation with you that you need to exercise. You need to eat right. And all of a sudden, those 3 words pop into your head. I wish I would have eaten right. I wish I would have exercised. I wish I would have gone to the gym. I wish I would have paid attention to my health. Now, it could be too late, but you could have prevented that. And the question is, why didn't you? I'm not doing my morning walk right now because I don't want to say, I wish I would have exercised more. I wish I've gotten my heart rate up for 15, 20 minutes a day. Because doing that can keep all kinds of things from going wrong with your health. And that's part of Envy Social also. We have something called Everything Health, which one of our amazing members brought to the group. And he owns a gym and he's done some amazing things with our group. He didn't charge. We don't charge for that. But he gave you what you need to do. So I don't have to say, I wish I. So as you go through life, you may find things or hear from your friends and family, see things on social media that starts making sense. And then those 3 words pop up. I wish I. So yesterday, one of our members talked about, John Sr. talked about 3 or 4 days ago, he made his last payment. Ooh, I started walking too fast and this hill is crazy. I have to slow down a little bit. Ooh. Anyway, he made his last payment and he's become debt free. And he said to me, man, I wish there we go with those 3 words again, knew about MMA 5 years ago. When I made a decision and my wife to become debt-free. Because he said, I Googled every income opportunity, every way to make extra money. They start eating spaghetti. They start cutting back on all expenses because he's a very determined person. And he did it. He did it about a month before his actual date. And he said to me yesterday, man, I wish I knew about the MMA. I wouldn't have had to eat spaghetti. I wouldn't have to get all those extra things. The pain to get to debt-free would have been so much easier. Now I'm going to tell all my friends about it. And he goes, man, I just wish I knew 5 years ago. Here's what's funny. MMA has been around for 24 years. We just didn't know. I didn't know. And the fact of us not knowing has created hardship in our life, so we weren't able to fix that situation. Now, you get to fix a situation that you know. So this morning I was thinking, I wonder how many people that we personally know right now, that 5 years from now, when they finally get it, and someone, somehow, they either see you become debt-free or one of their friends or family's lifestyle change, and they go, and it's 2030 right now, let's assume, and they say, man, I wish I knew this in 2024. How interesting is that, huh? But sometimes in 2024, you'll tell people, but they're not ready to hear it. But that's okay. Because all I do is I tell on videos like this, on lives like this. And you get to make whatever decision you want to. I ain't your daddy. I'm not telling you what to do. All I do is I show you what I do and the results I have, because I've told everyone I've dedicated my life to 3 things. Number 1, I owe you an opportunity. Number 2, proof that it works. Number 3, exactly how I do it. The rest is up to you. Whew, I'm coming to the flat area now. So the wish I comes to fruition in many, many forms. I gave you 2 examples. There are people that are saying right now, man, I wish I invested in Tesla 15 years ago. Or I wish I listened to Clay 8 years ago when he told me or told us that he was buying Bitcoin. Because I don't tell people what to do, right? I wish I. And then the regret pops in. Just like if you want to know where the most dreams are in the world right now, the biggest ideas for success are right now, take a visit to your local cemetery. They're all there. All these people that died before their dreams came true. That's where most of them are. And it's sad that we go through that. It's sad that we have to say those 3 words, I wish I. So, one of the things that I teach is something called fire, ready, aim. And that's exactly 180 degrees from what most people are taught. Because you're told to aim, get ready, and fire. But if I do that, I'm going to be saying, I wish I, too many times. And I ain't saying that. So I fire, I ready, and I aim. Because you'll be surprised the things that you accomplish. I'll give you a perfect example. Young lady by the name of Allie introduced me to UFF/MMA on February 29th, 2024. I had no clue how it worked. I had an idea because I was exposed to something like it that left the country 24 years ago. It was an Australian company that was doing a loan, and they came to our office when the Queen and I were in mortgages and said, we have a way to refinance people's houses. I told them, yeah, so do you and everybody else on the planet. I think I'm going to go a little bit longer today, a little bit further today. That was my normal deal. I'm going to step up my game a little bit, go a little bit further. So I told them, yeah, everybody has that. But they said, if you refinance with us, the way our loan works, it really doesn't use the rule of 78, where some of you don't know what that means, but you may want to Google it. And you'll be able to pay off your loan in 5 to 7 years instead of 30. So I said, now you got my attention. So that loan only lasted about a year before the government kicked them out. I think the government kicked them out because the banks make trillions of dollars off of us, and they don't want us to know how to become debt free. And the government don't care that, in my view, they break the law by charging you 125% interest, which, by the way, I can prove that. Your interest rate isn't 5% or 4% or 6%. Read their fine print. Your interest rate's 125% or 100% or 118%. But the government don't care about that because the banks fund their causes. So why would they want to bite the hand that feeds them? So that's why they let them get away with what we're doing. But anyway, let me not go off topic. So when I saw that, I went, wow, it reminds me of 24 years ago. And I literally decided to fire ready aim. So I jumped in. Didn't have a clue what I was doing. Allie was teaching me, but I said, fire ready aim, let's go. So she charged me $3,500 for it. I went, well, what I just saw, you're trying to tell me I'm going to save $800,000 in interest? So $3,500, you can charge me twice. You can charge me 10 times. I don't care. So I did. And as of today, day number 48, I just looked at my report this morning. I'm down $32,680 in interest. So that's $32,680 in my pocket for paying $3,500. By the way, she told me if it doesn't work, they'll give me all my money back. You don't have to tell me twice. So that was a no-brainer. Then she told me, hey, if you want to spread the word, and she didn't use these words, but I use these words in my mind. I wish I knew about this. So I did. That if I wanted to join the company as like an agency model, kind of like Washington, kind of like Keller Williams. There's my nose wipe. I didn't want to do it online. Kind of like Keller Williams or Farmers, State Farm, an agency business that I can get involved and help my friends and family become debt free also. I'm like, hey, I'm all about helping. So I paid $149 to join. And as of this morning, I have earned $41,926 for helping people save their financial life. So let me see if I do the math. 3,500 plus 149. I've saved 32,000 or 30,000 plus made 40, somewhere around $72,000 for a $3,600 or $3,700 investment. Guess what I'm not saying? I wish I'll let that one sink in for a minute. Because I'm not saying I wish I. You know why? Because I did. And I'm seeing the fruits of my labor. And it makes me smile. Not, number one, not because of the income or the savings. It makes me smile because of the 42 people that I'm going to save their financial life. That's what's most important. Money is only money. You get to spend it. You get to save it. You get to waste it. You get to invest it. You get to do all kinds of things with it. But it's not as important as changing someone's life. Putting someone in a position where they get to live their life on their own terms. So I challenged all of you this morning on my Wisdom Walk, for anybody that'll be seeing Wisdom Walk number 86. I sure hope you look at the other 85. And by the way, I don't charge you a dime for looking at them. I don't charge you a dime for joining Envy Social and getting your mindset right. But that's up to you if you want to or you don't. That's your business. Like I said, I owe you 3 things: an opportunity, proof that it works, and exactly how I do it. What you do with that information is up to you. So I hope that you do not live a life with those 3 words in them. I wish I did. I wish I invested in Tesla 10 years ago. I wish I bought Disney stock when they first started, when my grandpa did or told me to or whatever. I hope you don't have I wish I in your vocabulary. Now, here's the key to that. It is 8:32 Pacific time right now. Maybe you have a few I wish I's, but there's nothing you can do about 8:31. Nothing. There's a whole lot you can do about 8:33 though. A whole lot you can do about 8:33. And that's what matters. What you're going to take this information on this live and what are you going to do with it? Because here's the key. A lot of people have said this. They say information is power. No, it's not. Information ain't power. Information is information. The execution of that information is power. So, let's say that one again. Information is not power. Someone lied to you, just like the banks have lied to you about your interest rate, and the people in your car loan has lied to you about your interest rate. And don't get me started with the credit card companies. They are the biggest liars in the world. And definitely don't get me started in student loans. They're worse than the credit card people. They never want you to pay off that student loan. You're going to be paying that student loan till your great-great-grandchildren inherit it. Well, they're not going to inherit it, but you know what I mean. So, information isn't power. The execution of that information is where the power comes. I will leave you with that thought. Love you all. Take care.